We have a bit of a strange one here today from NC's Bavarat versus RTK's Nurkles PA. You might notice the giant wolves and the feral mammoth. This was from a tournament I did not partake in, so I'm a little light on the details, but I know some campaign units were allowed. And I believe it was a tournament where you. Again, I'm light on the details, but like a certain percentage of your army is chosen by your opponent. So, for example, like I'm making this up, but let's say the dwarves said you have to take a feral mammoth, a high beastmaster, and two canine assassins, so you have no magic or something. And then the other guy goes, okay, but you have to take two master engineers, a lord instead of Thoric, and then I don't know what else he specified in here. So the builds are going to be a little strange, but could lead to some hijinks. For the Dark Elves, they have no caster, of course. They have a high Beastmaster. He brought his Tormentor's Sword net. We have two Canate Assassins. Both brought Black Dragon Egg. No, one of them brought Black Dragon Egg. The other one brought nothing. Two Doomfire Warlocks in the trees. Blackheart Corsairs. Bleak Swords across the front line. One Witch Elf. One Witch Elf, two Blackheart Corsairs. Gotcha. We do have a Feral Mammoth. The worst unit in the entire game. God, I hate Feral Mammoths, but okay. And then we have Giant Wolves. Oh, and the Crows of Cain. For the Dwarves, we have 4 Gyrocopters for some Gyrocopter kite. We have 2 Master Engineers, a Lord, 2 Slayers as well, a front line of Miners without blasting charges, Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors mixed in there, and then a back line of Miners with blasting charges, 5 of them, with another Longbeard in the distance. So, it's Gyrocopter kite. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Oh malarkey. See if the Dark Elves can get through the front line fast enough, or if they're just going to get Gyrocoptered. Feral Mammoth, let's see your epic charge, buddy. He's going for the Miners. They have no charge defense. They have nothing. He's going. He's in. He did nothing. I hate this unit. I hate Feral Mammoths. They're trash. I know it's a campaign exclusive for the Dark Elves, but Norska can actually take them, and they actually suck. Giant Wolves, Blackheart Corsairs, everybody's trying to get through this front line. Also, the Canate Assassins are trying to help out. Doomfire Warlocks, for the moment, are chucking down their Doom Bolts on the Lord here. He dodged most of their damage by just walking in a line. Crows of Cain, the High Beastmaster, are trying to chase around the Gyrocopters. I wonder if he can get his Tormentor Sword net onto them, if that would be good. First of the bound Soul Blights by the Doomfire Warlocks trying to help out the front line as the Feral Mammoth continues to rampage, but the Dark Elf Infantry all got massacred and are already retreating. Doomfire Warlocks plowing through the front line as Blackheart Corsairs and Giant Wolves continue to fight. Oh, okay. I'm shocked how poorly the Dark Elf front line did here. Canadian Assassins ran through the middle, and now they're just wandering around the backfield while Master Engineers pop shots at something. They're shooting at the High Beastmaster. Gotcha. He does catch up the Gyros. Does he have his Tormentor Sword up? If he does, he didn't use it, so it might not be up. Canadian Assassins running around, still throwing their little ninja stars, not particularly going into melee. They maybe wanted to dive into melee on these Master Engineers. They could have gotten some good damage there. Crows of Cain and the High Beastmaster do catch the Gyrocopters napping a little bit. Feral Mammoth and Doomfire Warlocks are isolating some of the Dwarf front line, and Dark Elves are rallying for a second go at things. Gyro's taking a bit of damage from these flying units, but they haven't lost a model just yet. Mammoth is back in, swinging his tusks around on these Slayers as another Miners with Blasting Charge comes in, takes out the Giant Wolves and the Black Arc Corsairs? No, the Bleak Swords. There go, the Wolves. There they are. Doomfire Warlocks throwing more Doom Bolts at the Lord. King Assassins continue to kite, and the High Beastmaster is fighting some Gyrocopters. As Crows of King continue to chase those other Gyros, they are getting kited around. Blackheart Corsairs fighting Longbeards along with Bleak Swords. They have a good surround, so getting decent damage out. And the Dark Elves are proving to just be quite tenacious in this frontline battle. While it all looked terrible at first, it somehow got slightly better. Canadian Assassins finally do opt into melee in the woods, fighting with these Longbeards, and the Crows of Cain are back once again trying to catch some Gyrocopters. Feral Mammoth is getting worn down by all the... Ooh, those are Slayers at his feet. Yeah, okay, that would do it. That's not even the Feral Mammoth's fault. It's just Slayers are doing Slayer things, which they should. If Slayers surrounding and kill the Feral Mammoth, that would be sad. It'd be super sad. High Beastmaster. Tormentor Swords, the Master Engineers, should have saved that for the Gyrocopters, unfortunately. Because you're netting them, but to what end? Where are they going to go? Nowhere. In the distance, I think that's a Bound Soul Blight onto these guys with a rear charge from the Doomfire Warlocks. That's a really good combo. Good usage there to help out those Canadian Assassins fighting the Longbeards. Another Soul Blight onto the front line of the Dwarves. The Giant Wolves are out here. Looks like they're running to the Feral Mammoth to call him back to the battle. And the High Beastmaster is still chasing around Gyrocopters. Still doing his best to actually kill anything. The Gyrocopters are firing their steam guns at him. They're not brimstone guns. They don't do that much damage to the High Beastmaster. They should be shooting like clumps of infantry and shit. But they're still being annoying, which I guess is all you can ask of them. Dwarf Lord is fighting 2 Canadian Assassins with a giant clump of Logbeard, so he's going to be fine there. And the Black Dragon Egg, it comes out. It does 0 damage! Black Dragon Egg! Badass as hell. As Doomfire Warlocks surround the Longbeards, diving in with the Crows of Cain as well, and the Feral Mammoth is back, rampaging, better than ever. I'm kind of surprised the Dark Elves are back in this. Like, the start of the fight went so poorly, and then the Dwarves stopped dealing any damage whatsoever somehow. And the Dark Elves just ground their way back in. So we're at 50-50 on the balance of power. Doomfire Warlocks are falling back, however, taking a lot of damage from the Slayers who have joined the fight. And the Brimstone guns are now firing over here. Canadian Assassins getting worked down. High Beastmaster still trying to fight all these Gyrocopters. And the Feral Mammoth is rampaging in the middle of random-ass troops. Looks like miners, and he's still not doing much damage to them at all. Once again, we're trying to snipe the Master Engineers. A Tormentor Sword is propped onto them to lower their melee attack and net them in place. I still really think the Tormentor Sword should be getting used on the Gyrocopters when he wants to catch them, so they don't just keep running away. Canadian Assassin's still grinding it out and all this stuff. Bleak Swords have even come to help. The Gyrocopters continue to try and punish the High Beastmaster. They are getting little bits of damage down over time. And the Double Master Engineers are shooting his ass while he runs away. Dark Elves cleaning up the front line of the Dwarves. Still a good amount of ammo in those Gyrocopters, actually, considering how long they've been running around and shooting stuff. Feral Mammoth's pretty low, fighting some Slayers. Should be able to at least kill those Slayers as the Canadian Assassins continue to do battle with Doomfire Warlocks helping them out. These Slayers down to 2 models. Longbeards getting dragged into the muck as well. They're Longbeards, they'll hold for quite a long time. And those shotguns are whittling away our poor High Beastmaster. Feral Mammoth is finally done rampaging just in time for it to rout any second from now, but it's running for the Longbeards. If it can get a nice charge in, if it can do a bunch of splash damage, it could be pretty cool. And it does no damage! I hate this unit. I know he took it because his opponent forced him to take it, but still, just showing you what a terrible unit the Feral Mammoth is. Never take it. Even in campaign, it's Giga Trash. High Beastmaster trying to fly after the Gyrocopters once more. Gets a good charge onto them. Feral Mammoth is routing yet again. The Canadian Assassins are trying to throw their shurikens up into the sky to help out the High Beastmaster. The infantry are swarming over, even rampaging the Master Engineer. Probably a little too blobbed up here. They could diversify a little bit and go fight other stuff. They're killing the Master Engineer, which is a good pick. And it was even the undamaged one, because the damaged one is over here, the one the High Beastmaster dealt with. High Beastmaster routes out both the Gyrocopters. Can the Dark Elves do it? Canadian Assassins sitting nearby throwing shurikens. It looks like at the Longbeards. Honestly, not a bad choice. Just gotta kill those Longbeards eventually. And somehow, the Dark Elves are taking over this game. Somehow. Somehow being a very key word. Lord is chasing 2 Canadian Assassins. They should be able to easily outrun him while throwing shurikens back in his big bearded face. Master Engineer's about dead. Miners are rampaging. And the Feral Mammoth's back! Oh, he shatters. Rip in peace. Somehow the Dwarf Lord is catching up to a Canadian Assassin who has 45 speed to his 27. And poison does slow him. Feels good. And before people in the chat are like, oh, but very tired, lowers his by this much, and he's wounded. Yeah, I know, but it's showing the fucking stat card. Also, it's definitely just charge being dumb. Like, charge is definitely being a little silly here. Just helping out the Dwarf Lord. Because, see, now they're outpacing him. The same character is now outpacing him because he's not charging forever. Beast Lord is back. If he has Tormentor Sword, now would be a good time to give his Canadian Assassins a little bit of room. Gyrocopter fires the last of its volleys, but it does take out the High Beastmaster. No, he gets the charge bonus to keep him in it. One of the Dwarf Engineers is routing. The other one's taking a bunch of damage. Gyrocopter might just rout from the Beastmaster taking it out. We still got a game, ladies and gentlemen. Canadian Assassins need to just use, like, all of their ammunition on random shit. Dark Elf Infantry is holding for now. Rampaging those Longbeards, killing them off. Black Elf Corsairs doing their best. The High Beastmaster does rout after all. Those leadership's already positive, so you should come back. And the Doomfire Warlocks let the Master Engineer return. That is going to be a mistake they'll regret, as he's firing his shotgun rounds all the way across the map towards the Khanate Assassins. Gyrocopters are coming in. They might do a charge just to rout off some of the Dark Elf Infantry. That looks like they don't even need to. Black Ark Corsairs and Witch Elves all routing away. Doomfire Warlocks are about to leave too. Bleak Swords are the last things holding. Khanate Assassins are under attack from the Gyrocopters. And they can't do it. The Dark Elves all of a sudden fall apart. Their High Beastmaster is rallied in the trees. He does need to return. Oh, and that Gyrocopter, the super wounded Gyrocopter, is going to keep all these Dark Elves routing. Khanate Assassins opting back into the fight while still getting shot by Longbeards, and the Dwarf Lord is coming over, angry with a vengeance. Can the High Beastmaster return? Can he use his terror? No, he is staying away on purpose. I have to think this is a mistake. I don't know if he's just forgotten, but he moved over there, so I think he didn't want to get Lord sniped. I think that's why he stayed away, but you just kind of have to accept it and charge in here, because these guys can't win without you anyway. One Khanate Assassin routes, the other one's getting awfully close. Doomfire Warlocks charge back in. They can maybe route the Miners, but they can't route the Longbeard. Another Black Dragon Egg goes through, but it just doesn't do any damage. Do they route the Longbeard? It's getting so close. One Khanate Assassin has died. The other one is still getting chased down. Bleak Swords are back, but the High Beastmaster needed to return to the fight. I think he's worried about getting shot by the shotguns, but still, I mean, then the Doomfire Warlock shouldn't have let that Master Engineer come back. And if GG, very close game, but the Dwarves win it. High Beastmaster actually got really good value. Feral Mammoth did not. Trash. Doomfire Warlocks also struggled to get good value despite what it looked like they were doing well, but they didn't get a lot of value. Khanate Assassins also struggled. I'm surprised they didn't take their Web of Shadows, but they took the Black Dragon Egg. Anyway, Bleak Swords, Black Ark Corsairs, Witch Elves did alright. Yeah, they did alright overall. For Nurgle's PA. Master Engineers didn't do a lot. Lord did okay. Gyrocopters didn't pay for themselves despite how well they were managed overall. Managed to get all their shots off and still didn't pay for themselves. Slayers did great. Longbeards did great. Miners with blasting charges did pretty darn well. Basic Miners got crushed. Very good game. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.